This novel tells not one but two beautiful stories. These stories are separated by many centuries. Yet within their pages they beat with the same hopeful heart. One story unfolds in our modern world, a world familiar to us. It is about a woman named Ella Rubinstein. She lives in America in a comfortable house, but her life feels empty, like a room with no light. She searches deeply for something more, a spark. She does not quite know what this missing piece is, but a profound change is slowly, surely coming to her ordinary life. The other story takes us on a journey far back in time. It transports us to the 13th century, a different era. This story happens in a land called Anatolia, rich with history and spirit. It is about a very famous poet and mystic. His name was Jalaluddin Rumi. He was a respected scholar in his community. He was also a preacher sharing his knowledge. But his heart, though wise, was not yet fully awake to love's true fire. He was unknowingly waiting for a special destined meeting. This incredible meeting would change absolutely everything for him, forever. Ella's life on the surface seems perfectly fine, even enviable. She has a family she cares for. She has a nice, secure house in a quiet neighborhood. But deep inside her soul, she feels a profound and echoing loneliness. She has slowly forgotten her own youthful dreams and passions. She lives mainly for others, for her children, for her husband. Then, one day, a manuscript arrives at her doorstep. It is a novel she must read for her new job. It is titled Sweet Blasphemy, and it tells the ancient tale of Rumi, and of a wandering dervish named Shams of Tabriz. This book will soon become her mirror. It will gently show her a new, unexpected path. These two remarkable tales, though separated by long ages and vast distances, are deeply connected. They are woven together like threads in a beautiful carpet. They show us that the human heart's quest for meaning is timeless. The search for true love, for genuine meaning, for deep connection. It is the same powerful yearning in any era, in any place. The novel skillfully weaves these two narratives together. It beautifully shows how the wisdom of the past can illuminate the present, how ancient spiritual understanding can heal a modern searching soul. It becomes a journey of discovery for Ella and for all who read her story. Rumi was a man of great learning and established reputation. He was admired by many people in his city of Konya. He taught important subjects like law and theology. His words were considered very wise and thoughtful. People came from far and wide to hear him speak. But his spirit, his inner self, yearned for something much deeper. He was like a calm, still lake on the surface. But a powerful storm of transformative love was coming his way. This divine storm would show him the vastness of the ocean. It would make him the beloved poet of the heart that we know today. Then came Shams of Tabriz into Rumi's orderly life. He was a wandering dervish, a seeker of God. He was very unconventional, not fitting into society's neat boxes. He was fiery like the sun and wonderfully free in his spirit. He did not care for worldly rules or social status. He cared only for the pure essence of God. And he cared for true, unadorned, unconditional love. Shams was on a quest of his own. He was looking for a special companion, someone who could truly understand his unique soul, someone who could bear the intensity of his spiritual light. He finally found that person in Rumi. Their meeting was like a sudden spark igniting a mighty flame. It was a divine connection, destined and powerful. Shams quickly became Rumi's spiritual mentor, his soul friend. He challenged Rumi's existing beliefs and his comfortable life. He lovingly turned Rumi's world completely upside down. He taught Rumi about the boundless love of God, a love that is found everywhere, in everyone, in everything, a love that breaks all barriers, all divisions, all fears. This was not an easy path for Rumi to walk. It was full of difficult trials and emotional challenges, but it was the path to his true self. This profound friendship, this spiritual love between them, transformed Rumi entirely. The esteemed scholar became an ecstatic poet of divine love. His heart opened wide like a desert flower after rain. He began to write beautiful, moving verses about love and longing, verses that still touch our souls deeply today, centuries later. Their incredibly close bond was misunderstood by many people around them. People were suspicious of Shams. They feared what they did not understand, what was different. But Rumi and Shams showed the world that true love, spiritual love, transcends all. It is a sacred path directly to God, to unity. Ella Rubinstein lived a very predictable and routine life. She was 40 years old, at a crossroads. She was a wife and a mother of 3 children. Her days in the quiet town of Northampton, Massachusetts, were filled with domestic tasks. She cooked meals for her family. She cleaned the house diligently. She took care of her children's needs. But her heart, her inner world, felt numb and quiet. Her marriage to David had become loveless and distant over the years. She felt trapped in a life that no longer fit her. She yearned for passion, for excitement, for a true sense of purpose in her days. One day, seeking a change, Ella got a part-time job. She became a reader for a small literary agency. Her very first assignment was to read and review a novel. The manuscript was titled Sweet Blasphemy. It was written by a mysterious author named Aziz Zahara. This novel told the compelling ancient story of Rumi and Shams. As Ella began to read, page by page, something profound began to change inside her. The words from the manuscript seemed to speak directly to her own hidden soul. They gently, yet powerfully, woke her up from her long slumber. Ella started to correspond with Aziz Zahara, the author. He was a modern-day Sufi, a spiritual traveler. He lived in different parts of the world, embracing a nomadic life. Their emails became a precious lifeline for Ella. Aziz shared his gentle wisdom with her. He shared the 40 rules of love as taught by Shams. These rules were not commands, but loving guidance. They were about a love that is open and accepting, a love that is brave and courageous, a love that transforms everything it touches. Ella felt herself increasingly drawn to Aziz's mind and spirit. He was unlike anyone she had ever known. Reading about Rumi and Shams made Ella question her own life deeply. She saw her own fears, her own inhibitions, reflected in the story. She saw her own unfulfilled desires for connection and meaning. The ancient story of love and spiritual seeking became her guide. It gave her the courage she desperately needed. It showed her that it is never too late to change one's life. It is never too late to find true love, to find oneself, lost beneath years of compromise. Ella began to shed her old, confining skin. She started a new, uncertain but exciting journey towards her true self. The stories of Rumi and Shams from the past and Ella and Aziz in the present are like beautiful reflections. They mirror each other across the vast expanse of time. Both narratives vividly show the incredible power of a life-changing encounter. Both explore how genuine love can break down formidable walls. The walls we build within our own hearts and the walls that exist in society. Rumi found his spiritual twin in Shams. Ella, centuries later, found a guiding light in Aziz through the story of Shams. Their lives were forever altered, set on new courses by these profound connections. They found the courage to be true to their deepest selves. The 40 rules of love are absolutely central to this journey of transformation. These rules are shared by the character of Shams of Tabriz in the novel. They are not rigid laws or strict commandments. Instead, they are gentle, loving invitations to see the world differently, to open our hearts wider. One powerful rule says, "The quest for love changes us." There is no seeker among those who search for love who has not matured on the way. The moment you start looking for love, you start to change within and without. This is precisely what happened to both Rumi and Ella in their respective journeys. These guiding principles, these rules of love, helped the characters to grow in spirit. Rumi transformed from a respected but emotionally closed-off scholar into an ecstatic poet of divine, universal love. He bravely embraced a form of love that was beyond restrictive dogma and societal judgment. Ella, deeply inspired by the rules and her connection with Aziz, found the inner strength to leave her empty, unfulfilling marriage. She chose a path of uncertainty, yes, but also a path of authenticity, joy, and self-discovery. She learned the vital lesson of loving herself first. This newfound self-love gave her wings to fly. The novel's overarching message is deeply hopeful and inspiring. It tells us loud and clear that love is the ultimate, most powerful force for change in the universe. Love can heal old wounds, even the deepest ones. It can bridge divides between people, cultures, and beliefs. It can unite people from vastly different backgrounds, different faiths, and even different times. Love makes us brave. It encourages us to break free from limiting old patterns and fears. It inspires us to grow into our fullest, most authentic selves. It is a sacred journey towards the divine, a spark found within every human heart. This transformative love is always present, always waiting patiently to be discovered by us.